Welcome back to EFD, where we are reviewing this summer's top 10 transfers that just don't make sense. We've covered the Pjanic-Arthur Melo swap deal before, so here are 10 other transfers for one reason or another we're struggling to understand. 10. Timothy Castagne to Leicester City. Leicester City decided to fill the Ben Chilwell-sized hole in their defence by signing Atalanta's Timothy Castagne. The Foxes had been linked with Ajax's Nicolas Tagliafico and fellow Atalantan Robin Gosens, but ultimately plumped for his teammate Castagna in a €24 million deal. Though, to be honest, we're not convinced why. While Gosens and Tagliafico have attracted a number of admirers, the 24-year-old Belgian was hardly the talk of the town in 1920. In Serie A, he only managed 3 goal involvements and posted a fairly modest 2.5 defensive actions per game. That said, his main attributes are his composure and accuracy on the ball, seeing him register an 86% pass success rate. We're quite happy to be proved wrong about our hunch. After all, Castagna is a firm member of the Belgian national team and by all accounts is a popular and perfect professional in the dressing room. You just can't help but think that for a little bit more money, Leicester could have captured a fullback more ready to meet their lofty demands. 9. Kevin Volland to Monaco. On the face of it, there's nothing too confusing about Kevin Volland's €15.5 million move to AS Monaco. Volland is a tidy, if not prolific forward, who has scored a respectable 38 league goals across the last 3 seasons for Bayer Leverkusen. Not only that, but in the same time period he's also registered 18 assists, and last season managed a solid 1.5 key passes per game. For a modest fee, Monaco have found a highly rounded forward to complement Wissam Ben Yedder up top. It's just a surprise that Leverkusen even wanted to sell him. Die Werkself have already lost starman Kai Havertz to Chelsea for a massive €80 million, meaning both their main attacking options have gone. Patrick Schick is expected to join from Roma, but there will be a lot of pressure on the Czech to hit the ground running. That job would have been much easier with the trusted Kevin Volland by his side. Still only 28 years old and valued closer to €30 million on Transfermarkt, the German outfit may regret selling the Bavarian forward this summer. 8. Achraf Hakimi to Inter Milan. Don't get us wrong, it makes complete sense that Inter Milan snapped up Achraf Hakimi. The part we don't understand is why Real Madrid charged as little as €40 million for his services. Hakimi had just come off a stunning 2-year loan spell at Borussia Dortmund, which had catapulted him into the limelight. 1920 was the fullback's best season yet, as he registered 5 goals and 10 assists in the Bundesliga, while also posting 3.3 defensive actions per match. Hakimi was so involved in the play that only David Alaba was more progressive on the ball than the Moroccan in the German top flight. Hakimi had quickly become a jewel in Real Madrid's crown, yet with Dani Carvajal still going strong, it appeared the 21-year-old would have to move for assured first-team action. That's understandable, but it's confusing why Madrid accepted €40 million for Hakimi when even Transfermarkt valued him closer to €60 million. It's no secret Los Merengues needed to raise cash, but Hakimi was a man in demand. When you consider some of the monstrous fees slapped on fullbacks in recent seasons, Inter Milan snagged themselves a bargain. 7. Guilherme to Al Sadd. Olympiacos' impressive run in Europe has already seen them lose Kostas Tsimikas to Liverpool, but the Athenian fans will arguably be more disappointed by the news that club captain Guilherme has been snapped up by Qatari side Al Sadd for €6 million. In 1920, the Brazilian was excellent for Olympiacos, scoring 5 times in all competitions and leading the Throulos to their 30th Greek Super League title. In the Champions League, he was brilliant too, taking 2.2 shots and completing 2.6 dribbles a game against difficult opposition in Tottenham, Bayern Munich and Red Star Belgrade. What doesn't make sense is why Olympiacos would then decide to move him on, as the emergence of stars like Tsimikas and Madi Camara is only possible with senior figures like Guilherme around to support their development. And at 29 years old, he still had enough youth to cope with the demands of European football. Guilherme may have claimed a final big payday in Qatar and earned the opportunity to play alongside Santi Cazorla, but we can't help but feel he could have stayed in Greece a little longer. 6. Yuto Nagatomo to Marseille. In 1920, André Villas-Boas led Marseille to second place in a curtailed Ligue 1, achieving Champions League qualification for the first time in 7 years. You would think then that Marseille had been busy preparing a squad to combat Europe's elite, but so far the only arrivals of note have been Álvaro González from Villareal and Yuto Nagatomo from Galatasaray, while their star midfielder Morgan Sanson could actually depart this window too. The signing of Japanese fullback Nagatomo, however, is particularly underwhelming. Not only does he turn 34 in September, over the last 2.5 years he's hardly been a prolific starter in the Super League. He hasn't even kicked a ball in 2020, while just a single goal contribution all season barely resembles a player who ran the left-back position at Inter Milan for 7 years. He may have cost nothing and boast a wealth of experience, including 122 caps for Japan, but if Nagatomo couldn't cut it in Turkey, he'll hardly make the grade in France. 5. Philipp Max to PSV. Philipp Max emerged as FC Augsburg's prize asset after a stellar 3 seasons that delivered 34 goal contributions in the Bundesliga from the left-back position. This has left him agonisingly close to an international call-up, with German boss Joachim Löw a known admirer. A number of Premier League giants were also tracking Max, and it seemed inevitable 1920 would be his last at the Bavarian Minnows. But few would have predicted PSV Eindhoven being the 26-year-old's next club. While there's nothing wrong with the transfer per se, it's surprising that Max chose the Eredivisie as his new home, a league that's arguably inferior to the other options he had available. What's even more surprising was his bargain bucket €8 million fee, well below his transfer market value of €15 million. His contract in Augsburg was set to run to 2022, so there shouldn't have been an urgency to sell cheap. Playing for PSV is still an incredible opportunity, especially with Roger Schmidt there, but given all he has achieved and with the national team in sight, it's a shame Max won't be testing himself at the highest level possible from now on. Martin Terrier to Stade Rennais. Lyon's unfortunate failure to secure European football next season has inevitably linked a number of their biggest stars with moves away, as they hunt for consistent Champions League action. Houssem Aouar, Memphis Depay and Moussa Dembele are all expected to leave, but so far the largest concrete departure has been Martin Terrier's switch to Stade Rennais. There is an argument that Terrier wasn't given much of a chance at Lyon. Signed in January 2018 from Lille for €11 million, in his first season with Les Gones, the attacking midfielder actually scored a decent 9 goals in Ligue 1. 1920, however, offered little joy, as Terrier slumped to just 3 goal involvements and hit a career-low 0.7 shots per 90. That said, it was a tricky season for many at Lyon, with Bertrand Traoré and Jeffren Adelaide both posting similar returns. On the face of it, €12 million from Rennes is a decent result for an attacker struggling to score, but considering his efforts in 18-19, plus an impending spree of departures in the attacking department, we can't help but feel Terrier could have been given more time to impress. 3. Marco Rog to Callery. It's all action at Napoli this summer, with 9 players having already left, including Jose Callejon, Alan and Vlad Chiriches. So far only Victor Osimhen has arrived, while Arkadiusz Milik and Kalidou Koulibaly could both be gone by the close of the window. However, the player the Partenopei may regret allowing to leave the most is Croatian midfielder Marco Rog. Rog spent last season on loan at Cagliari, who have more than happily triggered their €13 million option to buy. That's because the 25-year-old performed excellently in the midfield, dominating every opponent he faced. He won more tackles than anyone in Serie A and had the most successful pressures of anyone in the Cagliari side, a vast improvement from being the most used substitute in the Italian top flight just 2 years ago. Without Alan, Napoli only have Diego Demmer and Stanislav Lobotka as specialised defensive midfielders, and neither of their performances come close to matching Rog's last term. What's more, the Croatian international looks just the type of player Gennaro Gattuso would enjoy, so it's a pity we won't see the two working together for now. 2. Grady Diangana to West Brom. When your captain goes on Twitter to voice his displeasure at a boardroom decision, you know something isn't right. Yet that's exactly what West Ham's Mark Noble did when he discovered the club had sold Grady Diangana to Premier League rivals West Bromwich Albion. The 22-year-old was one of the brightest prospects to emerge from the East London Academy. In 1920, he showed everyone what the fuss was about, scoring 8 and assisting 6 on loan at the Baggies in the Championship. The left winger registered 3 shots and key passes per game, along with a massive 3.5 dribbles per 90, even clocking up the 4th best non-penalty goal and assist rate per 90 in the division. This led many Hammers to believe Diangana was ready for the first team, but much to their horror, a €20 million move back to the West Midlands side was sanctioned, despite a contract that ran until 2025. Many are predicting a tough season ahead for West Ham after a 1920 to forget, so if Diangana proves to be the key to helping their rivals stay up, then there could be more trouble brewing for the owners at the Olympic Stadium. 1. Dani Parejo to Villareal. Dani Parejo's departure from Valencia is frankly baffling. Despite having 2 years to run on his contract, the club's owner Peter Lim decided to let his captain join their local rivals Villareal on a free transfer, as part of a cost-cutting scheme. It's a move that has once again turned up the heat on the Singaporeans' almost comical leadership. Parejo had been an ever-present in the Valencia midfield over the past 9 years. Since the start of 2014, he had only missed 20 games in La Liga, while he had scored 64 times in 383 appearances for the club. In 1819, he captained Los Che to the Copa del Rey title, their first trophy in 12 years, and only last season registered the 10th highest number of shot-creating actions in La Liga. And at 31 years old, and with an estimated value of 18 million euros, he still had plenty left to give. The four-time capped Spanish international was in tears as he said goodbye to the Valencia fans via video link, underlying just how heartbreaking and frankly ridiculous this transfer really is. So those are our 10 transfers that don't make sense, but who did we miss out and who would you have included? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to never miss a video. We'll see you next time.